Good evening.
Yes.
Good
Good evening.
evening.
How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Could see Terence has joined. JJ, Jason, Kibet is there. Who else is there? Ahmed, myself. Hello, Ahmed. Should we start? I think it's already
Yeah,
9:10.
let's continue. The recording has already started.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, so today we wanted to look into strings, and the motivation is that we were looking in arrays and realized that strings are array of characters, and then something else we'll also look into is pointers, and much of our discussion will involve around basic operation, especially the one that I wanted us to look into today is reversing. And the reason I chose that one is because of uh, this exercise from exercising, and they week on weekly basis they release a task for you guys to solve. So this week was reversing strings, and they give you an option to choose. You do this with a number of programming language. So let me open. I show you. It's a 2024 challenge. Okay. Right. The only one I'm able to see is this week's challenge. Okay. Let me now share my terminal. We start working on some things. Okay. I would like us to introduce strings in a way that we did with characters, with arrays. So let me open a file, main.c. I already have one. Okay. Let me open a new one. 7 main.c. And the first thing you normally do is include a header file and ensure all those uh, available header files are available in this one. So I had already created one, strings.h, because I knew will be working on strings. And then something else we also do is ensure maybe your code has documentation. And for us today, we are looking into strings. We would say strings, maybe introduction. Sorry about that. At the end, maybe since it's the main, it will always return a 0. Then into main. So I'll ensure it is interactive, and I would start by, let's start with Terence. How do you define an array? Give me an array of characters. How do you declare one? That is to Terence, unless he is not able to speak. Maybe I'll go to Kibet.
Okay, let's say we
Okay.
want to array of characters, right?
Yes, yes.
We can use the int, let's
Okay.
say int numbers, then let's say we say that we have like 5 numbers, int numbers into brackets 5.
Okay. Grab brackets, yes.
That's how we define an array of integers.
Okay. A declaration. Yes, yes. So let's say we want to initialize it. We will use curly braces. Maybe I give 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe someone else. Okay, this is an array. Do we all agree on that?
Yeah.
It's
We
okay.
agree with
It's
that.
okay. And
Yes.
thank you, Terence, for that. So for us, we wanted an array of characters. Is this one an array of characters?
Okay, maybe if I can say
Uh,
something.
Okay.
mm,
Um,
uh,
I think JJ is talking, so just continue, JJ.
yeah. I wanted to say for characters we use the car data type.
this one?
The car data type, yes. Then we
Okay.
for the variable, we can say car letter. Then we store.
You mean these?
Yeah, yeah. You can as well say you can remove the car in front and just put letter.
Okay.
Yeah, for the variable name.
Okay.
Yeah, then we store an array of let's say 5.
5.
Yes.
And
Then
then
we
initialize.
initialize. Yeah. Yes. For the characters we put A, B, the alphabet.
Do I have to put it in single apostrophe? There's quotations.
In single quotes. The single quotes.
Okay. Every
Yes.
character.
Yeah, every character.
A, comma, B, comma. E, and then
E.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we terminate.
Okay, we terminate.
Yes.
With what?
Yeah, it's correct now. I meant yeah. I meant the semicolon after the braces.
Okay.
That is what I meant. Yeah, it's fine like
Okay.
that. Yes.
So you're saying this one is array of characters.
Yes.
What about the first one?
It's array of
Okay.
integers.
Yes. Terence, are you following?
Yes, I am following. Yes,
You
I was
can-
from the first one. Yes.
Yeah, you can tell the difference.
Yes.
So we can even declare a array of a float numbers, and you give a name, then the size, then you initialize. So let's try to print, let's try to print both. So let's say printf, then let's print the first one. Are we able to print the first one maybe using a single line, if possible? Is that possible?
Okay.
For the first one.
Yes.
Yes, it's possible.
Okay, let's see what it will print. What about the second one? Printf. Which specifier am I going to use?
Percentage C.
Okay.
C.
Then say letter. Sorry about my internet.
Okay.
Let's see what we are getting.
Just a minute before you exit. Okay. I wanted to ask you something, Samson.
Okay, go on.
Do you already have the for loops for the that was going to be used to print the numbers?
I asked the quorum if it's possible to print the first array using a single line.
No.
Someone, because I'm not able to see the tab with Google Meet, said that it's possible. So we wanted to see what we'll get.
That already zimeshanunuliweka tu. Me, okay, personally I don't think it's you can print the numbers just like that without using the for loops.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good observation, but I would like to show them maybe someone who said that it's possible. Let's see what we will get then. Discuss.
Okay, sure.
How do you expect from that?
Okay.
Okay, so we will compile.
Tasine bahana kaizu uko haha.
I do like using the all flags.
Bonda ngeza.
Extra. Most of the time I get this one wrong. At the end.
Mwenye huwa na asubuhi hayo. Mpaka jioni ndo nakuja nayo. Sasa jioni.
Then we
Shida ya
choose
jioni
the
ni kwamba
standard.
huwa unapotea amenunuliwa na wale wa
GNU
sasa kama
89.
wale unazapata kama yale
Then
pale ukinunua pale
compiling the
JTT
second one.
lakini ukienda kule toy huwa unapata
Our output
320
will
ama
be,
upate 55.
let's say,
Lakini
S.
ukienda jioni utapata sasa ni 10.
Okay.
Wale ndo amenunua wale.
We already have an error.
Yeah. So
And the error is saying that the format %d expect argument of type int, but argument 2 has a type int pointer to an integer.
yeah.
Even the second one is saying format %c expect an argument of type int, but argument 2 has type pointer to character.
Yeah.
Would like someone I think it was JJ
Yeah, it was
who
JJ.
said that we are able to print using %d.
Yeah, it was JJ.
JJ, if possible, can you tell us the reason why we're experiencing this? What do you think?
Yeah, about that, I think I didn't actually understand the question.
Sikio kizungu chake.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Do I have to repeat it? The question on how we can print the array.
Yes, yeah. You can go back to the question, and we
Okay.
discuss it.
Okay. Sharing the board. Just a minute, we want the link done. So let's go back. We have two errors. One is %d expect integer, but we are being told the argument 2 as a pointer to integer. Even the second one, pointer to character. So let's go back and sort out the issue. So our first challenge we experienced was here, and something we need to talk about is when we declare an array. Are you guys able to see this one, the Jamboard?
Yes, you can see it.
Yes,
Okay.
you can see it.
So when you declare an array, let me change this. For example, int let's say A, and then we give it maybe 6, something like this.
Yaani,
Okay. Just trying to put a semicolon. There's this concept of array decay.
Mimi basi napangiwa.
I think you guys have
Kwa nikimwambia mtu vile anaona ni kama namdanganya.
interacted with that, right?
Hapa ningekuwa najipangia mwenyewe labda ningekaa.
Array type decay, whereby
Sasa kule nilienda nikakaa mpaka vile dadi alitoka
whereby
hapa
in this
akachukua,
array,
ndo akaniambia enda
when
kwa
we
mama.
pass,
Ndo
let's
nikaenda
say,
nikamsalimia. Na kwenda huko kwa mama.
because our array was
nitumie
A,
fare.
when we pass it to
Unaona sasa? Akanitumia kwenda. Na ndaenda akanipa kurudi.
any context, let's say you pass it to a function as an argument, you pass it
Lakini
here
sasa
we are using it
nikipangia
in
ndio
function
kusema,
printer
kweli mtoto atakuwa kusema mbona
as an argument to
atakuwa
be
sasa
printed.
hapo ndo la
We only pass the word, let's say A,
Ela-
to realize
nikaenda
that
kuwasalimia,
this one
hata
was
mimi
an
mwenyewe
array
kwanza kwenda
at the
kumsalimia
first place, but
shangazi,
now it has
nyanya
decayed
kule,
to
lakini nikasema sasa hata
a
wewe
pointer.
mwenyewe uende nitoka Nairobi unataka nani? Nitaenda la sivi.
of pointer to the data type of that array, for us is integer, and it will be pointing to the first element, which is A0, right? Or A, meaning that all these
Bibi yake ameoa
can be equal to B
bibi yake.
integer pointer, let's say our pointer is say give it P. So
Tayari mwenyewe.
in our function or in our program,
Trouser siku hiyo.
number
Yule mke yule.
was decayed into
Tamshi. Na yule alipishi gali kwa vile anajua hapa ni nyumbani. Lakini yule alipishi gali.
number was decayed
Mimi nilimjulia shati.
into
Ya trouser nilimpelekea trouser. Kwa
pointer
hata yeye mwenyewe tayari ananijua. Akaniambia nimpimie.
to
Lakini
an array,
hiyo ilikuwa chafu. Lakini mimi nikamwambia
and specifically
phone nitaileta. Sasa kumpelekea mke wake akaniambia hata wewe unajua
to the
mtoto 50.
specifically it's pointing
Regesheni zikiwa mbili na akalipisha 50.
it's pointing to the
Nikamnunulia dadi siku
first
nguo trouser mbili.
element
Akapelekea huyu bibi yake.
of the array.
Akalipisha 100 tu. Kuzitengeza zote. Yaani kana huwa gari.
Guys, are we together on this one?
Yeah, we're together. We are following.
Okay.
Yes, we are following.
Hapo tu ndio huwa ni agali wao.
So
Ile mche.
if we need to print something from this array, we will have to
Hutanipata
either say use indexing, so definitely to be A0 if you want to print the first, or the second to be in bracket 1, or the other to be in bracket 2. So realize that you'll be going through all these elements. So for you to be able to do that, you need a loop, either for loop or a while loop, right? So for our case, we need a for loop. For example,
tabule
I is equals to 0 and I less than the size of the array, which was 5. Then I, we keep on adding, incrementing, sorry, remove that one, and then we replace this 0 with the iterator so that we can go through all these elements of the array. The same can be done with these.
Hata kama kesho yake labda mwenye atakuwa anatoka akupe funguo mwekee.
The same can be done with this array of characters. But again, something we need to introduce that when you have an array of characters, it's referred to as string. So we can
Hadi
use
hapo ndo nikajua
S to print
mambo yangu naye hayo.
the string that we stored in that array. So we
Fumari
replace
kirangu.
C with S to print out the string. Let's see what we
Funa
get.
manyiriro ya.
Maybe there are some errors will be
Fumari kirangu.
required to
Manya
rectify.
kabisa sino ya.
We
The
haven't
Lakini
didn't
kama henda
declare our I, and then the second one is a variable number but not used. Okay, that's because of the I.
kumbona kiberaje lakini ukara zongira yanda kuku uyo muchesimana ngenda muhindi nyere kampuni
Okay.
lakini uyo mulo
Anyone with a comment?
yeah
There's
maybe
a lot of silence.
yeah you just didn't declare the I.
Okay, it's there.
Yeah, it's there now.
Okay,
Utamjulia wewe na ukimjulia
so we can
utambadilisha
now
na
print and see. Yes.
yeah, it's
So
okay.
you see, we are able to now to print the elements of the array of integers with the character. An array of character, we've talked that it's converted into a string. And let me show a picture of something. This is the word I'm talking about, the string. So it can be stored this way. And that's what we wanted to talk about today, strings. Are we together, guys, on this, on that? Like let me, before we carry on with building on this, any question about this one? Any contribution, any feedback, any addition?
Personally, I think so far so good.
Okay.
Maxwell, today you're so quiet. Say
Yeah, I
something.
think so far so good.
Okay, I forgot to share this. Okay. You guys were able to see that? Okay.
Yeah.
So we see that the concept that have been talked about, one is string, the other one is we've mentioned about a pointer, but we haven't talked in detail what is a pointer, and we've talked about array decaying into a pointer. And then, okay, I think it will be better if we work on example. Okay, 8. Let's see. Include .h, then int main. And then it's going to return 0. Yeah, I want us to look into ways that we can define a string. First one is using the character, and then let's say it's S for the string, and then give it the size. Let's say 7, or let me say 6, and is equivalent to ideal or conventional way or advised way is you use the double strings and give a word, maybe let's say school. But you need to be cautious about something. Take for example, in our string you have the word school, which has how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 6 characters that make up the word school. It's advisable when you're declaring a string, you add an extra 1 byte for the terminator.
Yeah, the null terminator.
Which is the machine is running. Okay. Which is, we have the terminator, and we need to include space for it. And the terminator is
Dash 0.
a null terminator.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. This one. Okay. Are you guys able to see that?
Yes. Yes, you can see it.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
see that.
Okay. Realize that on our size we gave 6, so we need to add an extra space for the terminator. So we will make it 7. That's one way to declare it. The other way, okay, forgot to put semicolon. Wait, it long. Wait. The other way is using pointer. Now we'll talk about the concept of a pointer. Pointers, we know, is a variable. It's a variable again for storing address. For storing address, especially for another variable most of the time. And we realize that when we have an array, it decays into a pointer. So that means that it decays into a pointer pointing to the first element. So that means that if we use this s in a function without explicitly using indexing, using indexing, it will point to the first character, which is s, and follow up on the rest until it finds the null terminator, which is this one. So that way, people can say an array is a pointer, but that is something that's being people having different views. It can serve as a pointer, not a pointer. Yeah, the debate is still there. So, but one thing they agree on is you can use a pointer to declare a string. So we can say our string is d, and is equals to, and for this one don't give a size, so we give like job, and that way you have a string. Are we together on this one?
Yeah. Yes, we're together.
Okay.
Yes, you're together.
Let's try and print them. Printf, and then you're going to use s as the specifier, new line, then comma, we use s, and then also for the other one, printf, then s, new line, and then d. Let's see what we are going to get. Extra then take the standard 89, then 8, then this one, let's give it a r, then let's print it. So you see we have job and school. Now let's perform some basic operations. Can anyone give me a suggestion, the kind of operations that we can perform with strings? It's an open discussion.
Okay, maybe I can try something.
Okay.
Maybe concatenating 2 strings.
Adding 2 strings.
Yeah.
Okay, concatenation. Anyone else? I want us maybe to list the kind of operations you can perform with strings. One is concatenation. Which one else? Or I'll go around asking.
I think input and output.
Input and output. Uh, in which context, maybe, if I may ask?
Like reading a string from the user using fgets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's possible. What about an operation like you just want to interact with these strings, either accessing them, either reversing them, something like that, or adding other strings to other strings.
Okay, hey Samson, Maxwell has raised his hand.
Okay, I'm not able. Okay, go on, Maxwell.
Yeah, we could also work with comparing the strings to see whether they are the same.
Comparison. Okay, of strings. There are many of them. You can also copy one string from one variable to another. Yeah, getting a copy. You can compare the way Maxwell has said. JJ.
Yeah, we can as well find the length of a string.
Okay, finding the length of a string. Yes. Now, all those are possible, and I wanted to perform one that is a challenge of this week from Exercising, and that's because of time, because our meeting will be ending in the next 17 minutes. So this is the one that I'm talking about. Okay, this week you are supposed to reverse a string, and
Kidogo sana, hata kitungu.
for them they are open. You can choose any of these languages. You can use C, you can use Bash, you can use don't know the rest. You can use C++. You can even use assembly for those who are
Umesikia hapa?
familiar with assembly, both for MIPS.
Sasa
And
acha
MIPS
nikwambie
is
hapa
related to
venye
RISC-V,
uingiaji.
and there's
Hapa iko hivi.
x86. I think they normally have it down here. Yes, x86.
Tuko kwa
You can use
hapa.
Python,
Sasa
R. So for our case, we're using
hii
C.
Google Meet ni kama vile tunaongeana, lakini sasa iko
And
kwa
they
juu.
want us
Sasa hawa pia
to
wako
reverse
na
string.
nyumba yao
This
tunaika hapa
you
chini.
can see here, introduction. That
Ili uingie hapa
reversing string
ni tukutumie hiyo
reading
link
from right to
ili
left
hapa.
rather than from
Ni kama
left to
tuseme
right.
hiyo ni njia ili ufike hapa.
That's
Ndio hiyo link.
surprisingly common task in
Bila hiyo
programming.
link unaweza kuja
For
kwa
example,
Google
in
Meet, lakini hutakuja kwa Google Meet hii.
bioinformatics,
Utakuja kwa
reversing the
Google Meet
sequence
ya
of
kawaida
DNA
hapo
or
utakuwa peke
RNA
yako.
strings is
Lakini
often
ukitaka kuja kwa hii yetu
important for
tukutumie
various
link
analysis such as
yetu
finding
sisi ambayo tuko
complementary
hapa
strands
tukutumie.
or identifying
Uje
palindromic
kwetu.
sequence that have
Lakini pia hiyo nayo
significant.
unaweza
For those of you
amua
guys who did
uingie kwenye
biology,
Google
you
Meet yako
remember the
peke yako,
double
utengeneze
helix.
Google Meet yako peke yako,
Yeah,
utakuwa na
that's
link
what
yako
they're
peke
trying
yako,
to
na mtu aje
tell
kwa hiyo
us.
meeting yako unamtumia hiyo link.
So our task is to reverse a given string. For this
Lazima
example,
link.
if
Bila
you
hiyo
have
link
a word
usiingia. Hata
stressed,
mimi mwenyewe
you
kwa mfano mimi ndo nimetengeneza hii
reverse
meeting.
it as a
Bila hiyo
zip
link
desert,
siwezi kuja hapa.
something like that.
Ni utengeneze meeting
Strokes
alafu hiyo
to
link
quotes,
uisave. Sasa uko
press
unatumia hiyo
car
link
to
ndio uingie hapa.
again press
Bila hiyo
car.
link hata kama wewe ndo
That's
umetengeneza.
kind of related. So let's go and try this one. There are two ways you can do this. For me, okay, two ways to interpret this question. One is, are we printing it, or are we returning
Mambo ya
it
kuzingua zingua tu.
when given to a function?
Sasa kama link.
So
Unajua hii link inatumika mahali mingi sana. Link ingine hapa na huyu, kwa mfano unataka kupatana, wewe ndio unataka kupatanisha, unaweza kuwa wewe unaweza wa link.
sorry guys about that.
Na huyu. Sasa wewe una wa link.
Kinda logic.
Unawapatanisha. Hiyo ni kwa link pia.
So we can
Kuna ile
use
link
our
ingine,
main
link
aid
basi ziko mara nyingi,
to
lakini
perform the
wazungu
first one, just
ndio
printing the
hiyo nini
reverse of a
inalingana
string.
unatumia wapi.
And
Juu kama hiyo bridge
let's say you have the string school.
lakini
You
kuna
want to
bridge
reverse
ingine
it.
pia. Sasa
How do you go
inalingana ni
about it?
bridge ipi unaitumia. Kuna ile bridge ya kushikanisha watu katikati ya huyu na huyu amekosana. Sasa wewe katikati ili uwashikanisha wao.
Okay, because of time, maybe I'll say something.
Ndio unawashikanisha. Tena
For
bridge
me,
hiyo ndio bridge ile
first step maybe I'll take
magari
is
yanapita juu, huku chini kuna maji. Unaona?
because I want to reverse it, so I want to get first to the last element. So the first thing I'll need to know is the length of this string or array of characters. So
kuji hapa unataka link ya kwenda kwa website. Sasa ina depend unatumia kivipi.
find the length
Ah,
of the array,
ambayo anazingua.
and then for me get to the end. I'll get to the end of the array,
Tunaelewa kwa vile
and when I mean the end is
juu yake kwambia link
second
alafu mjua wengine
last
wanajaribu pia wanaweka hiyo kizungu
element of the
utapata pale nje
array.
mtu anasema link, lakini hiyo link
When I say this, I mean
tofauti kabisa.
second
Just
last,
like
because
kizungu,
the last
jina la
element
kizungu,
is
lakini
the
yeye
null
analitumia
terminator.
si la kizungu kabisa.
So it's the second last element of the array. I mean the string actually. Here we are using the word string. We have upgraded.
Basi
Then since I'm just printing it, I'm going to print print print, then print the element, then decrement from, if I'm using something like a iterator, so I'm going to move from the second last to the third last. So then
hapa yeye anaongea, lakini unaweza fanya kwa button hapa asikusikie wewe unaongea nini.
Then I think that will work for us. So if you're going to find the length of the array,
naongea hapa nimefinya kwa button kwa hiyo
I'm going to use while,
nataka kuongea na kafinya hako ndo ananisikia hapa,
and then I'm going to count. I'm going to count using, let's say, let me use the word count.
Yeye ndo alitengeneza hii
Before that,
last week na hii
I want to check if D,
yeye ndo kama ni
or let me say
Google Meet unatumia
S,
link tuna login,
let me say pointer to S, let me point it, is not equivalent to the null terminator, and then I'm going to increase the counter +1, and then move on to the next. I'm using pointers here.
okay.
I hope you guys are able to follow why I'm doing that and how. Yes. Are you guys able?
Yes.
Anyone with a question you can ask. Terence, I would like to hear your concerns. Ask me why maybe I'm using a pointer there. Can be so. Did someone? Let me go back there.
Yeah, Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Yeah. I just want to ask why you are using the pointer math, right? Since you are going to be counting the number of elements or the number of letters there. Yeah, you are going to move all the way to the end of the string, right? So by the time you are done counting the number of letters in the string, you've moved all the way to the end of the string, right? So at that point, the pointer will be at the end of the string, right? So how do you plan to like make sure that you are still printing the string? Because at this point, with what we are about to do with the S++, you move all the way to the end of the string, which would leave us nothing to get back to. So I'm suggesting that since we're going to use a count, we can rather use the array method while we are checking whether the current position of the count is not now. If you get what I'm trying to say, right? So
yes,
we are going to be yes. So we are going to rather be moving the count, since we are using count, to move all the way to the end of that, rather than trying to use the pointer, because once we get to the end, we wouldn't have any valid thing to even print back from. So that's what I was trying to say.
Okay. If I did get you well, I think what you're suggesting is an efficient way just to minimize the size of our code. Okay, that's also valid. We can implement that if you are interested to get to the last element. We can even remove the count and just ensure that our pointer is at the last element. Then from there we start printing back. Is that
Yeah,
what you mean?
no, no. I'm saying that if we move the pointer to the end, like coming back will be a problem, right? Because we are moving the pointer itself to the end of the string,
Okay,
right?
okay. I see that.
Yeah. So rather, as we are using the count, it's either going to be like, let's say, while s of the count, but I mean at that point, count would probably be 0, so that we grab the first element or the first letter. So we are going to use count to go through all of the elements in the string until we get to the end, right? So at that point, we have the length of the string, and then we can use the count to print back. All right.
Yes, yes. So in this code that we are trying to find the length of a string, so you're suggesting we use instead of using the pointer and getting to the last, maybe what are you suggesting we use the indexing
Yeah, because the reason I'm saying is that if we use a pointer now, you move the
uh,
pointer all the way to the end,
to
and
the
there'll be
to the
nothing
end?
to print.
Uh, what if you do that and then start decrementing the pointer? Is that possible?
Yeah, well, if you decrement the pointer, you see that with the string, we know that the end is going to end with a null point, a null terminator, but we don't know how a string is going to begin,
True,
right?
true, true. Yes.
So, like one other way that we could try to, let's say, work with is that we can use the counter to sort of do another kind of pointer arithmetic where we are going to decrement all the way to the counter that we have. But
Or maybe let's try and do that and keep this one and say, are you still there, Maxwell? Hello, Maxwell. Okay, maybe when he gets back, let's try what he's suggesting. After we've got the, after we found the length, uh, some things have happened. One is our pointer is at the last
yeah, sorry
element.
about that. My network
Mhm.
was.
Our pointer is at the last element, and then let me initialize the counter to 0 first. Guys, are you able to follow the questions, and do you guys get what we're trying to point out here?
Samson.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so I just have an inquiry.
Okay, go on.
Why are we not using inbuilt functions like string len, strlen to find the length of a string?
Uh, okay, maybe the reason I'm avoiding to use that one is most of the time you find they are discouraging you to use readily available uh, libraries or functions. For example, for this community that I joined, you find that they tend to have, let me show you, they tend to have a video whereby they talk about different ways to reverse a string. And most of the time, they'll point out that we have readily available functions like maybe string length, maybe string compare, and maybe even string reverse if it's there. And then they will say, yeah, that's the easiest way. But in terms of in the point where you are, take for example, us, we are trying to build this muscle learning to solve a problem. The best way you can do is building something simple or from scratch that is helping to address that problem rather than using what is readily available and you not understanding what is happening behind the scenes.
Okay, I get it. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for clarifying.
Okay. So since our pointer is at the end now, so we can say uh, while counter count is greater than, let's say, -1, right? Because that will make it from 0. Are we guys following?
Yeah.
Let's print. Mm, uh, then let's see what we'll get. Okay, yes. Then comma. Now we want the pointer where we left it. So okay. Now I get. We need to get back because at the moment the pointer will be pointing at the null thing. So we need to do this. Is that possible?
Says minus.
Guys?
Yeah, well, I think it's possible when that's another way that maybe we can explore, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so
Okay. Let's see.
that
Let's see.
means yeah,
So now we have come to the. I want to get the end. And let's explore this and see. And then we want to increment that. Also, we want to the counter to decrement. Any comment about that? Any suggestion? Something I need to add on? Or should I go and compile and see what we'll get?
Okay. Just a minute, Samson.
Yes.
Were you not supposed to use %s instead of C?
The reason I'm using C here is at the moment when you point, it's pointing to a specific
Character.
is it character? Because remember, you see the first while.
Yeah.
You see this one?
Yeah. I can see it.
So you see that when we do this, when you do difference, and especially when, let's say, when we're using S, it's pointing to one. Let's say the first. It's pointing to the first element.
Okay.
So for you to get the value that is stored in that first element, you use the dereference. So for us, our first element is containing. For S, it will be containing S. For D, it will be containing J. So you keep on doing that, so you'll be pointing at a specific character.
Okay.
I hope maybe that's clear, or maybe someone else can explain.
Okay.
Or should I? Okay.
Maybe just continue. I think it's okay.
Okay. But if you feel you're not satisfied, we have guys here who can help us. Okay, let me see. Let's see at the errors. Saying L value required as decrement operand. Any observation about these?
Maybe try going back to the code.
View 1. starting with this one.
Yeah.
All right. I'm thinking. Okay, so we declared the S as a character array. All right.
Yes, yes.
I think we are trying to sort of um, access it with a pointer, right? So like that's where I'm thinking of at this moment, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
the S is not a pointer per se, though we say an array decays to a pointer, but they are not, like it's not a pointer.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm thinking that's the reason. Maybe if you like, we can try with the D, like use the D instead of the S, and let's just see
Let's see.
whether maybe
We,
that might work. Like that's the
the-
angle I'm coming from.
yeah. I'm also thinking that kind of point of view. What we can try is let's see if we change the S into a pointer, what are we going to get? We're going to get the same errors. But again, you've mentioned something. I think the only time an array decays into a pointer is when maybe used in a function. Yes, now it's working when you have changed the S into a pointer. So it's clear. Let's see. We used R. Okay, there it's down here. Let me put a new line. V18. You guys are not able to see that. Main. Okay, let me put a new line after. Let me put a new line after printing. Then it's a new line. Where else? We can print here. Reversing. Ahmed, maybe you can check if someone has a comment from on the chat or has raised his hand.
Maxwell.
I'm not able to see that.
Yeah, Maxwell. Talk to Maxwell.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that while counting for the length of the string, I think we should also check for like we should go all the way to before the that new line that we had, because as you
Yeah,
can see, you see that that reversing that you have here that doesn't have a new line, but then because of the new line at the end of the string, it does that. So just so that we can have it sort of correctly a bit more. So um, all the way to the new line character or the null terminator.
we print everything. What?
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't get. Maybe you can come up again.
All right. Okay, so probably let me rephrase. You see that in the S string that you have, it has a now sorry it has a new line character.
Okay, let me go back there. VI 8. Are you talking about the a declaration and initialization?
Oh, I think with what we just did with the S minus minus, I think it's fine now since we move back from the new line character. Like I'm saying
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
yes, yeah. So that's fine.
Okay, okay. But what if we leave it without moving, what is the significance of printing the null terminator? Can we try and see?
Oh no, not that. I was under the impression that the school has the new line character as part of the string itself.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so since it's not there, I think we are good. Like,
Okay, okay, okay. So I feel like I've abstracted a lot of things. I would like guys to ask questions so that if you have any concern on how we are doing this, let's talk about it.
yeah. Okay, so
Yes.
I think I'll start. My
Okay.
concern is the fact that we are using the count plus plus and then the s plus plus as well, where we are using like moving the pointer and then counting the like moving the counts or incrementing the count as well. Right. So we could have probably maybe made it in a way that we wouldn't sort of use both of these. Right. So we could rather do something like, let's say, while the like we can use the array style where we are saying like if the s square brackets count is not equal to now byte, then we move the like we basically count like increment the count variable, right? So by this way, we are never going to even touch the s variable by itself, right? We are not going to move the pointer, right? So at the end of the day, we are just using the length of the string to move back and forth using the indexes, right? But since
Okay.
maybe we are doing something,
We can try that one with the D. We can change the D into array of characters. And so what
oh no
you're
no, like
suggesting is
yeah, it can still
while
be
D.
the array
Okay.
like the pointer,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Let's
So
say and say I
yeah,
is not equal to null. Yeah. At least we have two arrays at the moment. Then so we increment the iterator. What else are we incrementing? Let's see. I think that's the only thing we'll be performing in this
yeah,
one, right?
yeah. That's all.
And then after we get to the last, which will now be pointing. I now will be so the let me comment here, guys. Are we following?
Yeah.
So the iterator will will be pointing at actually not pointing. Forgive my language. Pointing at the null terminator actually. So if you are going to print, so it's say while sorry. So while now we will be relying on the I is greater than z is greater than -1. Okay, let me use the equal. Can change flavors here. Feel like maybe that won't work. Can comment. And then let me not put a new line. First, let me just print it all. And then now again, do we use guys?
Yeah.
Suggestion: do we use a pointer or we just continue with indexing? Let me point to someone.
All right. All right.
Kibet, maybe what do you think? Should we use a pointer or or just use the indexing with the array. Yeah, maybe bet is not there. Okay, let's continue using the indexing. And then what we are going to do is decrement our iterator. It's there. Then what I'm going to do is print a new line. Then close it. So we need to declare this I and give it a value, and then also we need to decrement it first because it will be pointing at the last element. Then declare it and also give it a 0. Then so print new line. So there's a new line. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I didn't remember to change the string into an array of characters. Let's see what we'll get. Okay, it's working. Are you guys there? Are you seeing that?
Yeah, we are seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So one is we achieved by printing the reverse. That sometimes can be friendly if you're just printing. M will be just getting to the last element. So what about if you just want to change, like completely alter the, because take for example, if we try to print our arrays, our strings, it will give us, let's see, let's try and print them after doing all this. Then the end. Okay, someone is calling me. So fine. Oh, then sorry about that. Let's try and print our strings. S new line. First one was S, and then the next one is printf. Then D. Let's see what we're going to get. Clear. School, then
School is missing.
okay. Now our school is empty. I don't know. Let me check. But job is there. I think it's because of the pointer that we were incrementing. Let's see. Oh, now the pointer I think is at -1. Let's say, yeah, it's at -1. We following on that.
Yes, we are following.
So let's try and get our pointer maybe back to, because it was at -1. So let's get it back and see what we are going to get. Let's see. Cross fingers and trust, maybe.
It's
But still, it's
empty.
lost. So there's something we change and it's not finding its way in the memory. It's lost in the memory. So you can still delete this one and see. Uh, but one thing I wanted us to point out is you see when we try to print again job after going through like printing in reverse, you still find that job has not been altered. So how can you maybe if you want to alter your array automatically in reverse from job get it to Bodge. So how do you that? How do you do that? And Ahmed, I would like to request one thing. I think already an hour after,
Yeah.
and I had requested some things to attend to.
Okay.
Maybe there's can someone carry on with the discussion? Maybe I can share the. Let me share the link to the GitHub. Let me upload it, and then you'll access these, and then carry on with the discussion.
Okay. Personally, I'd say
Yes.
maybe this is just a suggestion because today you are the host. I think you should just finish up, and then Maxwell will take it from tomorrow. What do you think, Maxwell?
Tomorrow on Wednesday.
Oh, on Wednesday. Sorry, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, sorry,
that's
sorry.
right.
So you are okay with on Wednesday? You'll take over, right, Maxwell?
Yeah, that's still on arrays or on linked list.
I think maybe okay. Maybe you'll finish up on what was left with Samson, and then you will start on single link list. If that's is
All
okay
right.
with you.
Uh, uh, if
But I
maybe you are
think
going,
I like to
okay,
finish
carry
up.
on, Maxwell.
Yeah, I was just saying that if you like to finish up too, then that's also fine.
Uh, I'm about to hop off from this meeting and join some other things that I'm supposed to submit before the deadline. Uh, what I was suggesting is maybe you guys can just keep on discussing about these strings thing. Maybe look for an exercise one or two, even do concatenation or comparison, or create a function that is able to uh, completely alter the array, like reverse it without just printing it, not only printing it, but reversing it in the exact array, like changing everything from school to in the same array. Uh, okay, what I'm just suggesting is just, if possible, you guys can carry on with the discussion. I think, is that possible today, like today?
Okay, maybe I leave that for Maxwell to decide because this week was meant for Maxwell. So Maxwell, what do you think?
Uh, okay, okay.
Um, all right. I guess maybe could you maybe start for the next 20 minutes, then I could take over. I'm just working on something real quick. So, if I may, if you would maybe take over for like next 20 minutes, and I'll be right back. Right. I'm still settling down.
Okay, sure, sure.
Okay, let me upload this on the GitHub. Okay, it was 8 man. Then I'll share. Let me find where it is and share before I leave.
Okay.
But as I do that, maybe anyone with a question about the reversing of a string that we have just done using printf. Okay,
Yeah, so I think everyone is okay. So just share it.
just a minute. Let me check the link. Okay, thank you, man. My internet is so slow. Copy, then paste it in the chat. The file that I was working on is file. It was 8 main. So maybe you guys can keep on looking at that, or you can come up with something else.
Okay.
Thank you for today.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Love,
Okay,
for
thank you,
love.
Samson.
Okay.
Okay. So Samson has left. So I think I'm the one who's taking over. So before I say anything, so is there any question before we continue? Terence, today you've been quiet.
I'm here.
Yeah, and also Kibet, you've not said anything since you joined. At least say something. Are we together, Kibet? Okay, Jason.
Hello. Hello, I'm using my phone. You
Oh,
on here?
okay. So, do you have any comment on how the session has been until now?
No, I don't have any comment. I'm just learning.
Okay.
I'm learning. I'm putting my eyes down, learning because I wouldn't say I know anything, but I'm learning. That's why I'm here. I just want to learn.
Yeah, we are all here to learn. Yeah, so everybody's point is valid, and yeah, so thank you. So, Julius, anything? I think Julius is no. Julius, you can't hear Julius. What about Brandon? Do you have anything?
Ahmed,
Yeah.
did you hear me calling my name?
Yeah. You're saying. So, do you want to comment on anything on how the session has been until now, or maybe you have any question, so I can know where we can start?
No, I don't think I.
Okay. So before I say anything, guys, so let me first of all let me stop the recording. I can do two things at once.